All right, guys, welcome into a little spin-a-rooney wheel here as we are closer to the NFL draft. I figured it'd be a fun little thing to go through the first round, every single team, do a little wheel spin, and whichever position the wheel lands on, I have to draft for each of the teams. And we do have a quarterback, running back, receiver, offensive line, defensive line, linebacker, cornerback, as well as a safety. So let's see what we get. We're going to try and keep this realistic. There's not going to be any trades because, can you actually trade in this? I don't think you can. I think, listen, I'm broke. I don't even have like $1. I can't afford to do it. So I can't buy the PFF thing. So we're just going to start this. We have the Carolina Panthers. We're hoping you would hope for a quarterback here. Let's go ahead and spin and see what happens. We need a quarterback. We're close. Oh my goodness. It lands on a receiver to replace DJ Moore. Possibly. So let's go to the receivers list, see who we like. It's probably going to be JSN. That's my number one receiver. Quentin Johnston, I feel like, is going to be a bust. So we're going to go JSN at the number one overall spot. And now the Houston Texans, you would think, probably a quarterback. We need to start hitting on some of those early. Let's see what we get. We're close. Oh my goodness, it's a running back. So it's going to be Bijan Robinson, I'm guessing. Yep, it's going to be Bijan Robinson. Very obvious pick. He is the number one running back by far. Bijan Robinson going number 2 overall here. At number 3, Arizona. We could use a defensive lineman. I want Will Anderson, D-line. All right, offensive line. Paris Johnson Jr., Peter Saransky maybe. Let's take a look. It's probably going to be Paris Johnson Jr. I like him more. Saransky's possibly a guard based on his measurables, so we're going to go with Paris Johnson Jr. Next, we do have Indianapolis. They've got a big choice here. Can they get a quarterback? Nope, they're not going to get a quarterback. They will get a defensive lineman. Okay, we're probably going to give them Will Anderson. Will Anderson, in my mind, is the best defensive lineman by far in this class. I think Jalen Carter is a multiple red flag. Guys, I wouldn't pick Jalen Carter in the 7th round. Okay, Jalen Carter, it's like the thing I've been saying about him. You're going to give me 3 sacks a year and you're going to go 300 miles per hour over the speed limit. It's not going to work. So I'm going to take Will Anderson with the 4th pick, going to Indianapolis in a shocking move. On to the 5th pick in Seattle. They could use a defensive lineman, maybe a quarterback. Looks like they're going to they took Charles Cross last year, but they're going to take another offensive lineman, and we're just going to have to give them best player available here. It could be Wright, but it's probably going to be Saransky as a guard, so he goes at number 5 overall. All the quarterbacks are still remaining, and we are on to Detroit. This could set up perfectly for Detroit if they get a QB. I know they've got Jared Goff, but they're looking to move on from Jared Goff. Another D-line. So this is probably going to be Tyree Wilson. I mean, you could say, yeah, well, you know what? We could just give them Jalen Carter, because realistically, everyone is mocking Jalen Carter at number 6 to the Lions. But we're going to go Tyree Wilson. It is kind of a realistic pick. Yeah, that is realistic there. Next, we're on to Vegas. Can they land the quarterback? Possibly. They're on it. And they got to take a running back. They're going to have to take Gibbs. That's a tough one. They were close. But yeah, maybe Charbonnet. You know what? We're going to give them Zachary Charbonnet at number 7 overall. He's underrated. Now we're on to the Falcons. Can they do it? Can they get CJ Stroud or Bryce Young possibly at number 8? It's spinning. Oh, it's going to do it. They're going to do it. They need a little bit more, and they're forced to take a safety. They got to take a safety, so let's see. Oh, Brian Branch is a beast. Yeah, Anthony Johnson Jr. I didn't even realize they moved him up that far. It's really Brian Branch, very versatile, but there's no other safeties that are even close. So at least they get a good quality first-round pick. If you're Atlanta, let's not get greedy. It's not terrible. We're on to Chicago at pick number 9. Best player available, defensive lineman, not a linebacker. No. This linebacker class is so bad. Oh my God. They're going to have to take a linebacker. So we will look and wait. They moved Trenton Simpson way down. I think we're probably going to give them, we're just going to give them best player available. I was thinking about maybe Jack Campbell, but in the first round, I can't see it. Now you've got Philadelphia. Do they get Jalen Carter? Do they get Witherspoon if they get a cornerback? Do they get they don't need a quarterback. They've got Jalen Hurts. They're trying to extend him. Let's see. Could they get a corner? Defensive line, we're going to give them Jalen Carter. We have to give them Jalen Carter for sure. That is semi-realistic. Jalen Carter could drop to number 10, or he could drop further depending on what happens. And now, what a great spot this is for the Tennessee Titans who need a quarterback. Can they get C.J. Stroud or Bryce Young? Oh my goodness, no. They're gonna have to take Gibbs. They're going to have to take Gibbs, yeah. They were close to a quarterback, but no cigar. They get a running back, and yeah, by far, not even close there. So now they can at least trade Derrick Henry and get rid of his big contract. So that's not the worst thing in the world. And now, after taking Bijan Robinson with the number 2 overall pick, the Houston Texans have a golden opportunity to get a superstar quarterback. It's not, oh no, oh God. I guess we're giving them Jack Campbell. Yeah, well, it's unfortunate. Another linebacker. We got to land on a quarterback at some point. I think Drew Sanders is better than Jack Campbell. He's just more mobile. We're going to give them Drew Sanders at number 12. Moving to number 13, what's going on with the Jets? What if they don't end up trading for Aaron Rodgers? They will. I'm sure they will. But if they don't, they've got all the quarterbacks available. Let's see what they end up with. And they get a quarterback. So we are going to give the Jets Bryce Young. I think Bryce Young fits them. And you know what? Bryce Young can actually be mentored by Aaron Rodgers, and then Aaron Rodgers retires and Bryce Young takes over. That's going to work out really well for the Jets. They take him at number 13. Next, we have the New England Patriots. There are reports that Bill Belichick hates Mac Jones. He's sick of it. They want to get rid of him. Can they get another quarterback? Can they get C.J. Stroud here? Oh, it's looking good. They're going to get it. This is Bill Belichick. This is the Patriots. They always somehow cheat, and they always get the best thing. And they are going to take C.J. Stroud and just trade Mac Jones for a used condom. Now we are on to the 15th pick. It is the Packers. They need to get Jordan Love weapons. Can they get Dalton Kincaid? Oh, you know what I forgot to put on here? I'm going to add it right now. I'm going to add should I add tight end? There are some good tight ends in this class. Yeah, I guess I will add tight end. It's something that normally tight ends don't get picked in, very high, but I'm going to add tight end. But unfortunately, it's going to make it harder for quarterbacks to get picked, but I am adding tight end. So we're going to add tight end now with the Packers. I probably should have added them already. I just forgot. But now tight ends are available to be picked. What will the Packers get? Will they get the tight end, safety, or corner? Oh no, they got a safety. They got a safety. That is not good. We're going to have to give them Johnson from A&M. That is a bad one to get there. You do not want to get a safety. On to the Commanders. Certainly, they're still good quarterbacks. You could take Will Levis, Anthony Richardson, Witherspoon available. Who else do they need? Guard, center, linebacker. Those are not good positions for this draft. We're going to see what they end up with. Maybe a tight end. Possibly they get Dalton Kincaid. Oh, no, not like this. That's a tight end. Just barely. They get lucky. They get real lucky. And we're going to go Kincaid over Michael Mayer. I think Kincaid has a little bit higher of a ceiling there. So we will give them him. Now we're on to the Pittsburgh Steelers. They need a tackle. There's still good tackles available. They need a defensive back. Witherspoon's still available. If they get a cornerback, this would be great for them. They're not going to do it. Are they going to get a QB battle? There's a QB battle in Pittsburgh. Kenny Pickett is going to have company. We're going to go with Anthony Richardson to the Steelers at 17. And now we're back to Detroit. Who did Detroit take? Oh, Tyree Wilson. Okay, so that was realistic. Could Detroit get their hands on Will Levis? Oh, there's no way. No, they're not going to do it. Maybe offensive line. Yep. They're going to get probably a tackle here. What do they don't even need one, but we're going to give them an offensive lineman. We're going to give them Wright. Yeah, he's ranked 20th. That's pretty fair value there. That's pretty fair. I mean, they're not going to take a tackle, but if you're in that situation. Next, we do have the Buccaneers possibly getting Will Levis. We're going to have to see. They need a quarterback, or they might just tank for Caleb Williams. They're not going to get a quarterback. They are going to get, oh my goodness, a defensive lineman? They're going to get a defensive lineman. So we're going to give them, you know what? We're going to end up having to give them, I really do not like Cansey based on his measurables, but it's probably going to be Van Ness. We're going to go with Van Ness to the Buccaneers. Next, we have the Seattle Seahawks. Who did they take? Soronsky. Okay, so the Seahawks, they can get Cansey here, possibly. We'll see. They need if they get a defensive lineman or maybe a cornerback, and they end up with, oh my goodness, it's still going, and a linebacker. So they're going to get Jack Campbell. So that is sad for them. Let's go to, or Simpson. Yeah, I mean, Simpson probably has a higher upside, but we're going to give them Jack Campbell. We'll give them the Brian Urlacher type linebacker there. Will Levis still on the board. Witherspoon still on the board. Johnston still on the board. Gonzalez. This is really good. I really want the Chargers to get a receiver right here. I think it would be great. I want to give them Jordan Addison. I want to help you. I want to help you. You don't want to accept my help, and you're going to the worst position in the draft. Oh my goodness, they get a safety. All right, we'll go Jordan Battle. We'll go Jordan Battle from Bama, but he is not a first-round prospect. They're having a bad draft right now. Next, we are on to the Baltimore Ravens, the ultimate shocker. Could the Baltimore Ravens replace Lamar Jackson with Will Levis? Wow, that would be a crazy situation there, but it's not going to happen. You know what? This is good for them. If it stays on cornerback, they're going to get Witherspoon. Yeah, and they need a corner. That's good for them. That's a good pick right there, depending on if they keep Lamar Jackson or not. Next, it is Minnesota. Possibly a replacement for Kirk Cousins with Will Levis. Possibly a wide receiver. Maybe a corner, Christian Gonzalez. This is a good spot for Minnesota. They have a lot of options right now. They just don't need a linebacker or a safety. You don't need the safety. Stay. Oh, you hate to see it. You really do. They get a safety. We're going to give them Anthony Johnson. You know what? I like Sidney Brown. We're going to give them Sidney Brown at 23 over back-to-back Illinois players. That's a powerhouse school right there. Very, very good school. Next, we are on to the Jaguars. You know what? They need some offensive line help. They need a guard, a center possibly, or an edge rusher. Also a defensive back. So still Christian Gonzalez available. They could use a corner right now. Can they spin and win for a cornerback? This is good for them. Oh, this is really good. They're going to get an offensive lineman. We're going to see, should we give them Torrance? Probably Torrance. Or we could go tackle, but they don't need a tackle. We're going to give them Torrance. That's a good situation for them right there. That's a good job of drafting by the Jacksonville Jaguars. Help out Trevor Lawrence. And now we're on to the Giants. They need a receiver. Jordan Addison is still available. They need a safety, but there's no good safeties left. They also need a center. So let's see what happens here. Could they get a receiver? They need it. They're going to get it. It's going to go past. And they're going to have to take an offensive lineman. So they do need a center. Let's see what centers are available. This is tough. I think I might just go... I mean, the better pick is, like, the value pick is Jones or Harrison. Either Jones. But they don't need a tackle. That's the problem. All right, we'll give them a center. We will keep it realistic. We're going to keep it realistic. We're going to give them a center from Ohio State. And now we are on to the Dallas Cowboys. What do they need? They need a defensive lineman. You still have Kancey available. They're probably hoping for a defensive lineman. Will they have to take Will Levis? Possibly no. A tight end. There's been rumors they might take a tight end, and they get Michael Mayer. So this is working out really well for them. Yeah, they're going to take Michael Mayer there at 26 overall. You can see still a lot of top players available. It is the Buffalo Bills. They need defensive back help. There is Christian Gonzalez still on the board. Can they get a defensive back? Oh my goodness. And we're getting the clone of Josh Allen, Will Levis. This is Josh Allen 2.0 going to the Buffalo Bills. And Josh Allen is going to be a mentor. And then they're going to have to trade either Josh Allen or Will Levis. That is a crazy draft pick right there. Can the Cincinnati Bengals... Listen, any one of those positions, defensive line, defensive back, tight end, there's good players available. Can they get one of them? That's the real question. Oh, no, not this way. No. No, sir. Not good. I don't know why I went to tight end. They got a... Where is it? Oh, it's at the bottom. All right, please stop. All right, so we're going to give them Williams. We're going to give them Williams from Tulane University in the first round. And now it's the New Orleans Saints who need a defensive back. Christian Gonzalez is still on the board. Kancey is still on the board. This could be huge for them. They're going to get an offensive lineman. They're going to get, you know what? We're going to give them Jones probably. Yeah, we're going to have to. Oh, they need a guard and a center. They don't need a tackle. Well... Can one of these guys play guard? You have to wonder. Let's see. We really don't. All right, we'll give them the dude from TCU. TCU, they made the playoff. They made the national championship. All right, back to Philadelphia. They already took Jalen Carter. So this could be huge for them. There's still Quentin Johnston on the board. Can they get a receiver? Possibly. They need something. A QB? Oh, my goodness. Jalen Hurts has company. Jalen Hurts, and we're going to go with No, we're going to go with McKee. We're going to go with McKee from Stanford to battle it out with Jalen Hurts, and he might beat him. Who knows? Next, we have the Chiefs. They need a receiver. They need defensive line help. There's Kancey. There's Johnston. There's Jordan Addison. I want to give them Jordan Addison. Thank you. Thank you. Jordan Addison is a beast. He is better than Quentin Johnston. There's no doubt about it. And we will be picking him to round out the first round in the wheel spinner mock draft. So this is the final official... Actually, going to minus that. Yeah, see, I can't afford this. I can't. It's too much money, dude. It's $7. I have to pay for Twitter and this. I can't afford it all. I cannot afford it all. But you can see, listen, this is possible. You get JSN going number 1 overall, Bijan Robinson, Paris Johnson Jr. I think you're happy if you're Arizona. You know, Indianapolis taking Will Anderson. It's a shocking move. Saransky going 5. Tyree Wilson going 6. Zach Charbonnet. Wow. So what a mock draft this was. But this was just something for fun I wanted to do. Do a little wheel random generator spin. But that's going to do it for this video, guys. Make sure you're following me on Twitter. Link to that's always in the description. I'm, of course, the Depressed Ginger. Thank you for watching.